It's a devastating and cruel form of abuse that leaves marks no one can see. Emotional abuse is as terrible and as harmful as physical abuse. Emotional abuse harms by damaging a person's self-esteem and a sense of self-worth. It also creates a psychological dependency on the abuser. Knowing what emotional abuse is and how to identify it can even save your life. Warning, this video will discuss domestic and partner abuse. What is emotional abuse? According to the National Domestic Violence Hotline, emotional abuse is a set of non-physical abusive behaviors that are intended to control, isolate, or scare a person. They can include threats, insults, controlling behaviors like monitoring, humiliation, dismissiveness, and more. Sometimes emotional abuse is obvious, like a partner verbally abusing you. Emotional abuse can also be more subtle, such as your partner expressing jealousy when you're with your friends. The National Domestic Violence Hotline also warns that emotional abuse often escalates to a physical abuse. This change can take place slowly or can happen rapidly. A person who is subject to emotional abuse is at risk of many different dangers aside from their abusive partner. The effects of emotional abuse, which include chronic stress, can be physically damaging, especially the heart. Over time, the stress emotional abuse causes can lead to mental disorders like panic disorder, borderline personality disorder, PTSD, and more. Emotional abuse seriously erodes a person's sense of trust, and even if a person leaves their partner, they may have problems developing a healthy relationship with another. Finally, substance abuse is often the direct result of emotional abuse. Drugs and alcohol work right up until they don't. Am I being emotionally abused? Because it's not always physical, recognizing emotional abuse can be very tricky. Also, emotional abuse can easily cause someone to become dependent on their partner, making it even harder to recognize. However, there are some definitive signs you're being abused emotionally. Your partner calls you names, insults you, makes you feel embarrassed in private or in public. Your partner withholds affection or attention or threatens suicide when you try to leave the relationship. Your partner makes you ask permission before you do something by yourself or with your friends. Your partner stalks or monitors you when you're out by yourself. Your partner demands access to your social media accounts or your devices. There's many, many other situations that qualify as emotional abuse. And as a licensed marriage and family therapist, I've seen how ugly and damaging emotional abuse can be. But I also know that damage can be treated. I'm Jeremy Arts, and when I helped develop the EDGE's programs, I made sure they were trauma-informed. Everything we do at the EDGE Treatment Center is done in recognition of the needs of survivors of trauma. Our rehab is a safe, welcoming space where the emotional roots of disorders like PTSD, panic disorders, and borderline personality disorder can be explored safely. Thanks for watching our video. If you have any experiences in surviving emotional abuse, please share them below. Your story might help save someone else from abuse. If you're struggling after being a victim of emotional abuse, please reach out to the EDGE Treatment Center at 844-590-0403. Our mental health and substance abuse programs will help you build a new life. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time.